Scorpio, I'm Shah from Charlie's Angel Tarot on YouTube and Buddy Advice on Facebook. And you can find me also on MeWe, and that is called Charlie's Angel Tarot. This is your reading, Scorpio, for 2019. I suggest you can load it down and you can look back over the year and every month if you want to, and compare it to the monthly readings. I keep on forgetting to say this in most of my readings, but there, you can share and like if you please, and I would appreciate it very much. I'm doing these videos in Dutch and English, so sorry if I do get a little bit muddled, as switching backwards and forwards is obviously very tiring. And something today and yesterday, since I've been doing these readings, is happening in my house. There is a light that keeps on turning on in my bedroom. I don't know whether people are trying to contact me for some specific reason. I don't know, because I don't hear any names, but I know something is active here. I think it is positive, but you know, they are letting me know that they are with me, the angels definitely, and that somebody else is here. So perhaps through these readings I might get the message across to somebody. Perhaps it's you, because you're the one of you, because a Scorpio that needs to hear a message, get into contact with me, because I'm explaining it in this video. I haven't said anything yet in any other video. Anyway, you can find my links here to MeWe, Google and Facebook and Instagram, and you can find the link to become a member down here in the corner, and you can, it's free of charge, and you can click on the button, the little bell, and you'll be notified. If you hear a squeak, it's Millie. Millie's playing. Okay, well, I've got 6 tarot cards, and they are also the first half of the month, second half of the year, I mean, and then on top of the tarot I've got the Lenormand, a Giro Manchetti, and I've got a color card and an angel card, and they're quite miraculous. So the first card you have is January. Obviously you've got the Chariot. The Chariot means that you might be moving home, or you might be, I don't know whether you can see it, the Chariot means that you are moving forward. You're not standing still. You might be going on holiday with something that has wheels, so that could be a car or a train, or even a motorbike or a bike. In January you might want to go on holiday and you don't know where you would like to go to, as we have the moon. Listen to your intuition, and the light will shine on your path. There will be an answer, there will be clarity, because the moon also illuminates the path forward. With the Chariot, he hasn't got any reins, if you can see. It is something telepathic. Perhaps you're going on a spiritual journey, because there's no reins, and you have to be strong-minded to steer the way. But something will be illuminated. You will get some. You will know what it is in January. In February we have the 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles means that you will get recognition for your hard work. You see a person studying there and doing something painstakingly. Perhaps it's something that has to do with travel, or with the movement forward, or moving home, if that's the case. Perhaps you don't know whether the papers will come through, or the loan, and you have to do some more studying or paperwork to bring that forth. And I said home, and I didn't even notice I had the card house in my hand, but it's somewhere where you feel safe. The house means that you feel safe. The front door is closed, but the gate is open, so as you can see. So don't isolate yourself by doing too much work in February, because that's what I feel and think that you are doing. You might be isolating yourself and stressing out, how am I going to get this finished? Take your time, and you are moving forward because you've got the Chariot, and you know there are delays, and it has been a busy period in December, and everything has at a standstill and delays because of all these holidays. In March you have the King of Fire, the King of Wands, and here you can see the King. He's got this status and this position through his determination, passion, creativity, and the will to carry on. He goes for what he wants, and that is why he's the king. But you can see that he's up in the air about something, because the chair is not standing on ground. He's up in the air. So like I said, don't stress out about something. You know, listen to your feeling. You know where your position is safe. You've got the key in your own hand. Go in, take the action, so you can get to the finishing line and get that beautiful house that you wish, or that project. You will get it because the king is there, and that's the highest you can become, unless you are the emperor or the Hierophant. In April you will be getting swift news. As you can see, the arrows are flying through the air, so it is something. You might get an email, you might get something through the air, and nowadays telephone and email is cyber, and cyber is air because it hangs in the cosmos, and or you might be traveling by air. You might hear something with regard to a partnership. It doesn't have to be a love partnership, but it can be a partnership that you have. A partnership can be something as simple as sharing a car, going on holiday together, as this is also a travel card. You might even hear something from your employer. It doesn't have to be your own business with a partner. It can also mean anything that you are bonded to another person that creates a partnership. But it could also be news of love and getting married. You might even have a proposal and go on honeymoon in April. And in the May we have the Nine of Cups. So wishes coming true, and you are celebrating. But be careful, don't overdo it. And I think your wish might be something to do with love or with a passion, like I said, because we have passion, the King of Fire, passion, and then we have that is March, April and May. So I think in May it will be round. You might have a great big shock if you're a lady or even a man, because you might become a father. And I'll tell you why. Because we've got the Tower here, and the Tower means it is an unexpected shock that you have in June. In the worst scenario, it means that the tower is breaking up. Something was built on uncertain foundations, perhaps a friendship, perhaps a job, perhaps a hobby, perhaps a relationship, but it could also be a shock that you've been hoping for, because we have the wish card and the heart and the ring, and to top it all, the stork. And the stork means birth. Stork means a new beginning. The stork means a total change, It's like the Tower, an unexpected change, moving home. You might find out that you're pregnant and you weren't expecting it, or you are pregnant but you're finding out you have twins, because we've got 2 storks here. So, you know, perhaps that was your wish, to get pregnant, and you find out in June that you are pregnant. I quite like that. It's positive. And then we have the Queen of Cups, and your wish cards are flying here, my dears. We've got the Queen of Cups, and she's the queen that nurtures and cares. There's usually people that work in care, people that could even work in what do you call it, a garden centre, because they're nurturing the plants. She's the queen of passion and love. She's soft, but she knows what she wants, and she's got the colour of the fire. And I've already made that mistake several times, that I've taken her for the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands, and she's full of passion as well, because she's wearing orange and gold. But to top it all, you've got the star lying on her. Perhaps you want to, if it isn't you that is making the offer of love, or getting a partnership in love, perhaps you're getting the partnership of love. You wish that you fall in love with a caring, nurturing person like the Queen of Cups. And that could be a Cancer, that could be a Pisces, and that could be a Scorpio, one like yourself. But if it isn't you, but perhaps your wish is that you wish to find somebody that is like you. And I think it will be more or less a fire sign, because we've got 2 fire signs there and the 2 cup signs. Yes, my darlings, I think you'll have a fascinating summer, spring and summer so far. And Scorpio, in August you have the Devil, and like I said, you're celebrating something in May, and be aware of not drinking too much. But the Devil isn't always just addictions. The Devil can also mean moody people, bad habits, you know, like being moody, being aggressive and shouting. So be careful, leave that behind, leave the Devil behind. Usually the Devil is depicted in the traditional tarot with 2 people underneath that are bonded. Don't be a slave to anybody, and don't boss anybody. Let everybody have the free will. I would say, treat people the way you would like to be treated. And yet again, if you are bonded, make yourself loose from that bondage and go out to freedom and start again, because you've got the Coffin, and the Coffin means letting go of the past, letting go of bad habits and starting anew. You're ending a phase and you're going into a new phase. Perhaps you're in a bad job and you want to leave it, and you because of people's attitudes and bad habits like nose picking or whatever, and you're leaving your job and going to a new one, because you received an offer, or you will receive an offer in September, because we've got the Ace of Cups. It doesn't necessarily mean that you might get a marriage proposal, or a proposal that takes your relationship up to the next level, but you will get a proposal from a loyal friend, and luck is with you, because the dog means a loyal friend, friendship and loyalty and hard work. In October you have the Fool. Be aware of people around you that are the Fool, and take leaps that are unpredictable, uncertain, Be aware of people that are uncertain. As we have the messenger, there might be somebody coming to visit you that has suddenly decided to take the leap to come and visit you. Or you might have just taken the decision to go and visit somebody else. But you might be receiving news as well. Try to think things through, and if you know for certain that it is okay to do so, then take that leap of faith. But don't fall down the cliff, because that's usually how it is depicted in the traditional tarot. You don't want to fall too deep. You know, like, just don't jump in at the deep end of the swimming pool, because some people can't swim. Be certain that you can swim, so you can swim to shore. You've got so many offers coming in November. You have another offer around you. Perhaps all these offers are making you a bit dazed or bored, and you don't know which one to choose. Be aware of what you can do and of the people and things around you, so you don't miss opportunities. That is what this card means. There might be a man that has noticed you and is offering you a job or another kind of proposal. It might also be a woman with manly aspects like steadfastness, career orientated, money orientated, because men have to how do you call it, sustain the family. So he's the head of the family, and perhaps it might be a woman that is demanding and bringing in the money, and perhaps she's saying, right, you know, if you're bored and if you want to do this, then I will take care of the family, and that's your offer that you might be getting. Because the woman is lying next to the man, and the man has actually turned his back to the woman, and the woman is waiting on the man in December. It's in December that she appears, but in a reading she's looking at the man and he's not looking at her. So she's waiting for him. That's how it would be in a reading. And you've got it vice versa as well. In December you have the Hierophant. So, you know, if you in November you get this offer and you are conscious that there is an offer and the man has made an offer, perhaps of marriage or the next level of a relationship or a partnership, that is definitely the big thing here for you, Gemini. Love and relationships and partnerships in this year, and new additions to the family. If it is not a child, it will be a pet. You do get an offer from a man in November, or you are making if you are the man or the lady, and you are making a proposal in December underneath the Christmas tree or underneath the mistletoe, then I think it will be positive. But the Hierophant also represents advisors, institutions, law, as he can be the father figure. So perhaps you are seeking advice from a mature man, or a man that is learned, is well read, perhaps a lawyer or a notary public, because you are looking back, and you should be looking forward and into 2020. I will pull a clarification card, because I think this is very, very unique, and because this person, perhaps you, it can be you, that is not noticing the offer, or that is made most probably by a man, but like I said, the cards aren't sexist. Well, something is gnawing at her. It could be positive, but she sees problems. Oh, sorry guys, like I said, the woman, she's looking at the man, and in a reading the man has turned his back on her, but the clarification card on the woman is something is gnawing at her, or she's lost something, and that I can understand that, because he's turned a back on her, and that's how it looks. But if there's a positive card with the mice, because that means theft, lost, or gnawing at something, and gnawing means that you get going round and round thinking about something, and you can see they're both sitting around looking in one distance and longing and waiting. But it's got a positive card, and that's the sun, so that means birth, holiday, warmth, illuminated, and perhaps problems are illuminated, but because the sun is the most positive card in the reading, it means that what is lost can be found. But you know, don't take time, take the pace slowly. You can climb the mountain to reach the top, but you can also walk the path to reach the summit. And to reach the summit, you need to take time. So, you know, like I said, take your time, get advice from somebody. If it's with regarding to a relationship or a job, perhaps it's better to go. Perhaps it's better to go and seek advice, so you know what to choose, because the mountain means obstacles and you can't see the forest because of the trees. You need clarity, and that's what the sun means, clarity. That when the sun shines, everything becomes clear. The moon, it's night, it's dark, so it's not so clear. So you need clarity to see what you can do, what is gnawing about, what you are thinking about, and you'll be creating sleepless nights here, and you know, it will be positive. You know, everything has got its ups and downs, and that's what the mountain means to me as well, but you'll get there. And we've got the rune stones to do yet, so we'll get an Hi, sorry, like I said, the problems will be solved so long you ask for advice from a mature person or a well-read person. It could be a social worker or an advocate. Don't make mountains out of molehills. We've got the rune stone, and it's amazing. I didn't sort it out, and it amazes me. But for the sorry, keep on using that camera. I've got the camera this way so you can see the spread, and that I like that better. We've got the tower, and you've got 16, and 16 becomes 7. So you've got a lot of luck in the first half of the year, beautiful things happening. But the tower means, and you've got the tower in June as well here, and there's going to be a big change in the half of the year. Your wish is coming true in May, and you know, if you do start a relationship or a friendship, make sure it's built on proper foundations and don't do things in haste. Now at the end of the year, you've got the Hermit, and the Hermit, you know, he carries that holy light. And here you can see an old-fashioned candle, a stick with a candle in it, and it's number 9. So you're coming to an end of a phase and you're beginning a new one. And I think it might be in marriage, because you've got the Hierophant here, and because perhaps you've been thinking about that, because we see the child here. We see birth, we see new beginnings, we see 2 wishes here being fulfilled. Perhaps you got pregnant and you didn't realize it, and that was the shock. perhaps it's twins, and at the end of the year it's been gnawing at you that you're not married, or you have not got a partnership agreement, and that's been gnawing at you, and that will be corrected because the sun is here. But you have to get you have some small obstacles, but you have to get advice on the obstacles, on how to go about it. Perhaps in what will happen if I don't get married, what is better for me tax-wise, that kind of thing. But you also need time alone, because the Hermit means evaluation, meditation, rest, and he's also a man of the letter. He does retreats, and he does meditation, and he learns, and he's an old man, and old men depict wisdom and life experience. So take time out as much as you can, and make sure that you ask for information and help, definitely in the second half of the year, because you have some thresholds. The devil, the fool. Don't do things in haste, and take it easy. Now the spiritual message of the Hermit is this. The Hermit, traditional meanings: security, perfectionist, solitude, and revitalizing. Like I said, perfectionist, security. Perhaps you are getting married because the sun is here and you're staring at the man, so I think you are making the proposal to the man. This stone reminds you that now is not a good time to isolate from others in an attempt to deal with life's problems. You might be receiving a lesson of humility. Are your old behavior patterns and outmoded habits working for you the way you need them to? Could things be any better than they are? That's why you have to seek guidance and listen to the message of the Hermit. Take time out and refresh your habits. Like I said, bad habits. Don't carry on with bad habits or bad manners. And the Tower, that is number 16, and that's 7. So you've got beautiful numbers here. The Tower means separation, purification, cleansing, and transformation. Like I said, transformation. And I think you'll be transforming, definitely. You'll be learning a hell of a lot, especially if you drop the bad habits, if you have any. Every human has. The will of the universe strikes like lightning from out of the dark sky. What appeared before as joint is now separated and traveling in opposite directions. This stone is an instruction to you, instructing you to emotionally detach from painful situations. What reward does remain in pain offer? Yeah. So separate yourself from negative energies, negative people. Don't go there, don't argue. Just leave the past. Don't ponder. And you've got 2 cards of pondering, so I think it's not of a loss. I think it's just that you ponder too much. So, take actions to get answers. The Sun. You've got all the power in you to find the information. Books. You've got books. You've got the Hierophant. You've got the dog. You've got loyal people around you, and you are moving forward. You are growing rapidly, and there's beautiful things happening. Then for your color card, we've got Cyan, and I think that's a beautiful card. It's number 35, and that adds up to an 8, and if you turn an 8 on its sideways, it means affinity. And this is the color of water to me, and go with the flow, you know. Build your self-confidence. It's in Dutch, but I've just translated it. So, you know, meditate on this card, like the Hermit, retreat and meditate, evaluate on this card. Number 8 is also the card of power. Cyan. Cyan helps you to strengthen your self-assurance, believe in yourself, and bring your body into balance. Get clarity. Boom. Get clarity to help you to make the right choices and keep the peace and relax. No more stress. It also helps with communication, and with your talents. Build your self-assurance up. Use Cyan like in a circle, and sometimes they say it's like a ray, a color of ray, but with this one it says a circle, and like I said, you know, it reminds me of the sea. So go swimming. And that's that color as well. And then we've got the angel message, enchantment. And enchantment means perhaps a beautiful magic spell, or you feel great and delighted. So I think it's going to be a beautiful message that there's going to be an extra person in your life, perhaps a little person. Pitter patter. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I hope to see you in January again, Scorpio, and take care, enjoy your festive season, and have a brilliant 2019. Love and like, and please share. Thanks for being here.